What up, guys? I'm Don Chenz. I'm here with my man MRG. We're here to talk about his new single, Feels 2.0. It just dropped, not today when we're recording, but today when you're watching this. MRG, how's it going, man?
Let's go. It's good. It's been a minute. We haven't chopped it up since the podcast we did a year ago,
Yeah, it was like a year ago. A lot,
2019.
a lot has changed in a year, to say the least.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Happy to be back though.
yeah. How you holding up? Good? Everything's good?
Telling man, telling as much as you can during these times.
Right. Um, so like I said, we're releasing this on the day that your single dropped, Feels 2.0. So for anybody who has yet to hear the song, why don't you just give them a brief explanation of what it's about, what
For sure.
inspired you to make it, and all that.
Yeah, so feels two. It was 2.0, but I decided to just make it two.
I like
Um,
that. Good executive decision.
yeah, right. Just make it cleaner. It's the sequel of Feels, which was about my girlfriend at the time. So Feels 2 is kind of, yeah, it's just a sequel. Unfortunately, we're no longer together, and Feels 2 is kind of like explaining, the difficulties and how crazy 2020's been, how crazy 2019 was. I talk about obviously ending a relationship. I talk about my father passing. I talk about the trials and tribulations of being an entrepreneur and just, it kind of just talks about like, wow, it was a tough relationship, but I was super grateful for it. And literally one of my lyrics is, but I love you, wish you nothing but the best. Just a couple words I'm getting off my chest. So it was kind of like me just venting about the situation and kind of telling her like indirectly, yo, like, even though we didn't make it for the long haul, I still like got nothing but love for you and wish you nothing but the best going forward.
Right. Yeah, so that was something I want to talk about. Obviously, it's a sequel to Feels.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to the song for like a week now, and I could
Yeah.
tell you borrowed a lot of lines from the
Yeah.
original.
Yeah.
So
It's,
I noticed you were weaving those in and out. So
yeah.
my assumption being there, you probably uh were listening to the original, right? I would
Yeah.
assume you're listening to it, thinking about the lyrics. Was that tough for you to listen to the song of a
Yeah.
relationship when things were good and now you're writing about an ending, or was it therapeutic in a way? Like, how was it re-listening to that in like a different space?
Yeah, I mean, I think both. I think it was naturally therapeutic, just something as whack as breaking up with somebody. You go from talking to them every day to them being strangers. Naturally that's a whack feeling. But yeah, it's just therapeutic because music is my way to like to vent, man. It is therapy, and yeah, it is. That's a good point though. Like listening to feels and then listening to feels too is definitely unfortunate, but I think it helped me appreciate the relationship. Not that I didn't appreciate the relationship, but it just made me appreciate the relationship that much more because I'm just like just writing the lyrics and like, damn man, I was going through a lot. Just throughout 2019, my pops battling cancer, and in 2020, we were both going through a lot with Corona. And just this music stuff is hard. I sacrifice a lot for it, and yeah, it really gave me time to like take a step back and be like, man, what a ride it was. But I was grateful for it.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Now I'm about to do my best Rob Markman impersonation. I'm gonna kind of break down the lyrics. So we'll see if Genius hires me after this. I'm gonna do a nice lyric breakdown. All right. So you got in the first verse, "You was my diamond in the rough, confided in your trust, put away your pinky. That broken promise was tough."
Okay.
So do you think a relationship can last once one person breaks the other person's trust? Kind of just like a general relationship question.
Ooh.
Once something like that happens, do you think it can still survive, or you think it's kind of going down from there?
First of all, the flow is high. Hey, you did your thing on that. Confided in your trust. Damn, that's a tough question, man. It's a tough question. I mean, what's the cliche saying? Like trust is like a broken mirror. You could put it back, but you could put it back, but you still see the pieces. You can still see the cracks.
Right.
I think it obviously it that's a hell of a question, a loaded question. I think it really depends. Was it something you lied about presently in a relationship? Could have been something you lied about your past in a relationship. I think it makes it a hell of a lot harder. Um, but I think love conquers all. And I think when the relationship is right, yes, because that wasn't the fundamental like reason we broke up. So at least in my case, like that line wasn't like a super deal breaker kind of thing, you know?
Right. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, that's something everyone kind of goes through, at some
Yeah.
point or another if you're in a relationship and you kind of
Yeah.
like
For sure.
everyone tries to fight through it, but at the same time you're always like kind of looking at the person a little differently, so it's always like a
Yeah.
tough thing people have to work through.
There's always gonna be a moment where you catch your partner slipping or like misconstruing something.
Yeah.
And the us is like, so yeah, it's a tough question though. I
Gotta
mean, I would like to say, yeah, if you find not the right person, but when you do have the one, I think love conquers all. And if you are not toxic, you can figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, with that caveat, if you're not toxic.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all right. All right. Next line. Now you got me thinking like I can't go too hard trying to wrap it. All right. And
Nah, that was fire.
should I just go for it? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, go for it. You 1 for 1.
Nah. And I broke both our hearts, baby. I apologize, but this rap shit is something I can't compromise. And then later in the second verse, you say, "Now you're looking at me like, damn, you changed. No, I didn't change. I just been plotting for more. It's bigger than this music. I'm an entrepreneur."
Yeah,
Do you find it tough to get people to kind of understand the drive you have to pursue your dreams? Like, do you feel like there's always that kind of disconnect between like people close to you in your life who don't kind of see things the way you see it?
definitely. Definitely. I think people, even my family members, don't realize like if I'm in my room from 12 to 6 on my laptop, like I'm grinding. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm grinding. And even my sister, she, with Corona, she started working remote. And she was like, damn, like I didn't realize all the other stuff you do outside of the music. So I think people think this rap stuff is like a joke. They don't think it's a joke at all, but they don't understand the like administrative part of it. They don't understand the marketing part of it. They don't understanding Spotify algorithms, learning about metadata, teaching yourself how to market. They don't understand about they don't understand the 90% part of it. People think you just make a great song and you get picked up by a label and it's all good after that. Nah, you gotta, I have a label, LLC. We got corporate credit cards. We got to make sure, like, just a lot of admin stuff that adds up, and then there's also like not only making the music, but it's like, how am I getting the music to consumers? The laundry list of problems. Apple might in the beginning was calling me Mr. G. It's like a lot, yo. It's a lot. Like oh man, yeah. Just thinking about Mr. G. New song about Mr. G got me tight. But yeah, I think that's kind of me conveying like, yo, this is not a joke. Like, this is a it's like launching any small business, and the product is me making music. It's really
Right.
what it is.
Yeah. Have you found yourself ever in the predicament where you're kind of having to like think about sacrificing a relationship in a way, like relationship,
Yeah,
friendship, or anything like that, like
yeah,
to
most
pursue what you're
definitely.
doing?
Yeah, just to say the line you said again, you said this rap shit is something I can't compromise. Like it is blunt and as harsh as it sounds. People get into relationships. I've heard stories where I remember like one of my guidance counselors was like, yo, not I mean, not to put it on blast, but it's all good. She was like, her man wanted to go to the MLB, and she was like, yo, like if you go to the MLB and you go on tour, not on tour,
You're
if you go
traveling.
away, if
Yeah.
you go away for the road, like she kind of gave him the ultimatum, like, yo, like I can't make that work, and he sacrificed his dream, which is beautiful if that's if you want to if you put your soulmate over your dream, like that's a personal choice. I respect whatever makes somebody happy, but I was going through so much, and when she said, "Damn, you changed," I kind of felt that now that my pops passed and I spent a lot of time being with him and cherishing those moments, it was like all that time I did spend with him, like I got to make up for it. So now that he's no longer here in the physical, like now I got to go that much harder, and like I've sacrificed too much for this music stuff to compromise my relationship with the music stuff. So I felt like my relationship was draining me too much. On top of like Corona and all the other external factors, I was like, yo, like this rap shit is something I can't compromise. You know, like I feel like I'm getting, you know, off track a little bit. You know, and it wasn't a hurt thing per se. It was just like the nature of the relationship. I had my flaws too. You know.
Right. It's hard to manage so many things at once at some
Yeah,
point
it is.
sometimes.
Man, it's hard, bro. You know what it's like. You know
Yeah.
the deal. Working and then doing your own things. It's no joke, man. These are selfish years. Like this is where we're trying to be great. You know.
Right. Yeah, it's hard because you feel like you're doing the wrong thing if you're trying to be selfish. But then sometimes it's like if it's gonna work, you got to do that, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Um. All right. So then we got everyone giving opinions. They can think what they want. They're trying to look out, but they just projecting their own insecurities. So I kind of hold that belief too. Like a lot of times when people are hating on, especially someone like, you know, you're trying to pursue like your passion in music or, you know, trying to make a career out of it or anyone doing anything entrepreneurial, people are
Yeah.
hating on you. It's kind of like they're projecting their own insecurity. So like, I believe that too.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
easy to say that though, because I still get pissed when it happens. If I feel like someone's hating on me or I find out, you know, I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, like I hate that person. Like you know, it really gets to me. So even if I know it,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
necessarily like let it, you know, whatever. Like I don't brush it off. Like I kind of get pissed about it.
It's a little bit.
Do you struggle with that too, or are you able to kind of brush it to the side at this point because you've been doing it for a while now?
Um, I used to struggle with it, especially being an artist, because there's so many stereotypes, especially being a rapper that come with being a rapper. So, I remember I would just be like, damn, I'm more than a rapper. I'm an entrepreneur. Like, I don't just make music. Like, I have my own business, LLC, yada yada. So I used to struggle with, but I'm like, damn, I'm a rapper. Like, I'm a rapper. Like, that's something I can't even. I'm not like a, because it's one thing if it's like let's say in a relationship example, right? You bring home, let's say your girl brings you home to her parents. Yo, this is my boyfriend. He is an entrepreneur. He's starting an indie tech business, right? Entrepreneur. Oh, this is my boyfriend. He's a rapper. Like
Yeah,
naturally, like the parents are gonna be like, oh man. Like even me, I'd be like, damn, it's messed up because I'm a rapper. But even me, I would be like, damn, my daughter's with a rapper right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the the um the stereotypes and stuff. But then I realized like, yo, I just have to embrace it, because I don't, this is something I feel like I was put on earth to do. And I've come to a point in my life where nobody can tell me anything different, you know?
right. Yeah,
So it
yeah,
used to bother me, but now it's like, it's cool.
right. I'm
Because
not
I
there
would say the
yet.
same thing. Because I would say the same thing. So
Yeah,
I get it, you know?
right. Yeah, I talk the talk, and then the second it happens, I like break down. I
Yeah.
like have like a a hissy fit. So I'm not there yet. I'll have
I've
to.
been there. You're
I
gonna
got.
get there.
Yeah, I got to hang out with you more, I think, and just hopefully it rubs off at some point.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess lastly, just, you know, I kind of had you in the beginning introduce like the inspiration and what the song's about. But if someone who listens, you know, if they haven't listened yet, or maybe they just got a chance to listen to it already today, uh, what message, like what's like the overarching message you want? Like if someone could take one message away from uh Feels to, what do you think you'd want them to take away?
Oh man, that's tough. Just because I touch upon a lot of subjects. I think that I used to think like if you're in a relationship and it doesn't work out, it's a waste of time. But I think feels too is kind of like, yo, like even if that relationship doesn't work out, you learn a lot about yourself. And those relationships, like, even though I'm not with my ex, like it was a great ride, and like I will always cherish those moments. And like it wasn't a waste of time. Just because we didn't work out for the long haul, like I really enjoyed being with her. She's an amazing woman, and the point of the song is like, even though we didn't work out, like it's all love between us. And I still and then I guess the like last sentence is like, I'm about to blow up with the music.
Hell yeah.
Like it's, I feel like it's my time, and it's, yeah, I think this album is gonna be the one that like puts me not on the map, but I have a great feeling about this album. Yeah.
Nah, I'll say it'll put you on the map. You can say you feel good about it. I'll say it'll put you on the map. All right, I'll do it for you. I'll talk it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
All
Yeah.
right. So the song is called Feels 2. It's streaming everywhere now. Go listen to it. I've been bumping it for a week already, so you guys are late. I got the exclusive, but great song, great message.
Shout out my guy Loud, one of the dopest producers I've ever worked with. He did a couple of my joints, so he actually did Feels One too. So
it's only right that he does Feels too.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Shout out DJ Most Wanted mixing it and really just being there, like being there throughout the whole creation process of my album. We got a bunch of fire for y'all. Appreciate you interviewing me. And yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, and shout out Sweeze. I want to shout out Sweeze also. Because that's the homie.
We'll definitely get a zoom in. We
Yeah.
got some music together too. So yes, sir.
All right, man. Thanks for doing this. Everyone go stream Feels 2 over and over and over again because it's a banger. Thanks, man.
All right. Peace.